When asked to speak of my experience with this program, I originally blanked on resistance. I could loosely visualize the concept floating in my mind, but I required the assistance of a quick Google search to help me articulate it better. I understood it related to how I'd previously doubled down on myself when I was struggling with something. Instead of just struggling with the thing, I was now burdened by both it and my inner resistance. How this has played out for me is there have been days, especially pre-diagnosis, where I've literally spent hours trying to get myself out of bed. It seems straightforward enough, you'd think, to just get up, but I couldn't start it. I couldn't get going, so I'd give myself a deadline and then the deadline would pass. Now, instead of struggling with the act of getting out of bed, I'd pile shame and abuse onto myself for being lazy and useless and incompetent, causing my self-esteem to plummet and staying rooted in a deep sense of worthlessness. When my resistance was triggered, it would be difficult to have energy for the day, for my family, for work, when I had to invest so much of it into coaxing myself to do these little basic tasks, like I was treating myself like a small child. And it has led into some reparenting, if you will, and taking better care of my inner child. I find it really interesting that I was asked when offered to participate in this recording to speak about resistance. It allowed me the opportunity to reflect on this with more depth and more consciousness than I had been in my day-to-day life. And I believe that resistance, on reflection, has been one of the greatest obstructions to my self-compassion abilities throughout life. It's definitely something I have done and struggled with especially pre-diagnosis. I had an awareness I was feeling my own discomfort, but not the language or understanding to deconstruct it. And at first, I was inclined to say that I still really struggle with this. And it's true that it still presents in my life with great frequency, but to focus only on its existence would discredit the fact that I can now, at most times, address it. I have been gradually working on my ability to accept and sit with my feelings, acknowledging them as part of the human experience. I have language and understanding now when I notice this resistance building in me. I can respond to it more effectively. I can imagine applying the brakes and backing off from piling on criticism and self-loathing to myself, and redirect my thoughts back to what my values are and focus on the ways in which my life reflects those values, and have particularly drawn on that when having to pick apart in internalized ableism and social ableism to make space for myself to exist as I am. It's not easy and it's not fun, but it has allowed me to gently and with time carve out new ways of doing things, taking better care of myself and prioritizing that care. When I step back from forcing myself into the things I want to be doing or the things I think I should be or wish that I was, and allow myself to rest or adjust things to meet me where I'm at afterwards, after that space, I'm able to move into whatever it was with more ease and no force. This self-compassion in the face of resistance also flows into my relationships with my family, benefiting my partner and children. Instead of spending hours of energy doubling down and hating on myself, I reinvest that and work through things and come back to my own self-caring practice. And I can feel that now with time and with practice, when I start to feel the tensions building, when I start to feel things pushing my buttons, instead of feeling like everything was unraveling and it was only going to get worse, I'm able to bring myself back into these skills. And I'm learning new ways of doing things that work for me.